energy stored in an inductor. So to calculate the energy stored in an inductor, we are going to consider a solenoid connected in a circuit. Okay. So this is a solenoid connected in a circuit with battery, key and rheostat. Okay. Now when current is passing through the solenoid like this, okay. Now the inductance in the circuit will opposes the growth of the current. The inductance produced in the circuit will opposes the growth of the current. Okay. So in order to establish the current in the circuit, we have to do some work against this inductance. Okay. So in order to establish the current in the circuit, we have to do some work against the inductance by some external agency. So that is nothing but the work done. That is nothing but what work done. This work done is stored as magnetic potential energy in the circuit. It will be stored as what magnetic potential energy in the circuit. Now we are going to consider here the electrical resistance of the inductor as a negligible one. Okay. So the resistance part we are neglecting and we are only taking the inductor into effect. Okay. So the induced EMF at any instant is given by the induced EMF in the circuit is given by epsilon is equal to minus L into di by dt. This is according to the definition of self-inductions. EMF epsilon is equal to minus L into di by dt. This I am going to take it as equation 1. Now, what is the work done? The work done is a small work done. So we are taking dW is the work done in moving a charge dq, that is also a small charge, in a time dt against the opposition. Okay. So we are doing a small work by pushing a small charge at a small time. So the work done is given by, we know work done is equal to potential into charge. So here potential is nothing but the EMF. So here small work. So dW is equal to epsilon EMF into charge dq. Here why we are putting a minus sign, the work done and the epsilon and charge are what? Opposite in directions. So we are taking it as minus sign. Okay. So the work done is opposite to that of the current. Okay. So dW is equal to minus epsilon into dq. This I am going to take it as equation number 2. Okay. Now we know charge is equal to current into time. So here dq is equal to I into dt. This I am going to take it as equation number 3. Now substituting 1 and 3 in equation 2. So what will you get? dW is equal to, for epsilon I have substituted minus of L into di by dt. Into dq I have substituted I dt. So minus and minus will become plus. dt and dt will get what? Cancelled. So what do you get it? Li di. You will be getting it as what? Li di. So dw is equal to Li di. This I am going to take it as equation number 4. Okay. So what is the total work done? Now we have found out for a small work done. So to find out the total work done in establishing the current, we have to go for integration. So W is equal to integral dW. Integral dW is integral 0 to I Li di. Here I is the variable. So integration is from 0 to I. So taking L outside. Okay. Integration of I di. It is nothing but what? I square by 2. The limits are 0 to I. So substituting the limits, we will be getting as omega is equal to half Li square. So this is the total work done in establishing the current in the circuit. This I am going to take it as what? Equation at 5. Now the work done is stored as what? Magnetic potential energy. So the energy is given by epsilon B. Magnetic potential energy is given by what? Epsilon B. That is equal to half Li square. So the work done is converted into what? Energy. Energy epsilon B is equal to half Li square. Okay. Now this I am going to take it as what? Equation number 6. Now I have to find out the energy density. I have to find out what? Energy density. What is energy density? Energy density is the energy stored per unit volume. Oh, okay, so we can write the equation for energy density as small ub. Energy density is denoted by small u is equal to epsilon b by volume Al. Okay, so energy density is energy by volume. So what is the volume? Volume of the solenoid is A into L. So this I am going to take it as equation number 7. Okay, we know from equation number 6, the energy is equal to, that is epsilon B is equal to half Li square. So I'm going to substitute in equation 7. So what I get it, UB is equal to half Li square by Al. Okay, or Li square by 2 Al. So this I'm going to take it as equation number 8. Okay. Now the self-induction of the solenoid is given by L is equal to mu 0 n square Al. This already we have derived. So L is equal to mu 0 n square Al. So this I am taking it as equation number 9. Now substituting 9 in equation 8. So what I'll get it? Mu 0 UB is equal to Li square by 2Al. So for L, I'm going to substitute as mu 0 n square Al into I square by 2Al. Al and Al will get what? Cancel. So UB is equal to mu 0 n square I square by 2. This I'm taking it as what? Equation number 10. Okay. Now, we know the magnetic field at any point inside the solenoid is given by B is equal to what? Mu 0 Ni. This also already we derived. So B is equal to mu 0 Ni. Now this I am taking as equation number 11. Substituting equation 11 in 10. What I'll get? UB is equal to mu 0 Ni is written as what? B square. Okay. By 2 mu 0. By what? 2 mu 0. So this is giving the expression for energy density in a solenoid.